Good morning, Kenya. It is a great pleasure to talk to all of you from Singapore at the Afro-Asian FinTech Festival. This has been a journey for both the countries for almost now it's 3 years, the third year we're doing here. Um, I'm always excited when it comes to Kenya, and I have a very emotional and a strong relationship, personal level, at the ecosystem level, for what goes in Kenya. And we always find an opportunity to bring both countries together on the work we do in financial services. As a testimony to that, we recently did a paper called Foundational Digital Infrastructure, where Singapore and Kenya and four more countries came together and put together a white paper of explaining why it is important for countries part of the economy if they have their foundational digital infrastructure right. And the reason we chose Kenya, because Kenya has been a shining example of how to build public good in their own journey of tech, finance, and payment innovation. So having a great partner like Kenya in part of the fintech journey is always an opportunity and a pleasure for us in Singapore. Now, with that, we did this year at the Singapore Festival. We spoke about, and we are speaking as we have one more day to go. We are talking about Web 3.0. And I want to say something about Web 3.0 today because that's the future of internet. And this is how the internet is going to shift from a current internet model where you have banks digitized on the internet, you have commerce digitized on internet, you have government services digitized on internet, and each of these institutions have data, user ID, password, and they talk to each other. Some cases they don't talk to each other, and that's good. But in some cases this has become too big, a lot of data getting controlled by large institution, and it is causing a lot of issues around privacy, data, consent, and hence the engineers, the innovators have come up with this new Web 3.0 construct. In a strange way, it actually goes back to Web 1.0, where the original internet was built around this permissionless, computers connected to each other, talking seamlessly without you realizing what goes underneath. So now in Web 3.0, the idea is very simple. The participant in the internet would be now far more in control on their own data. So they are going to get the data, they're going to manage that data, they're going to share the data, but it is the users who are going to do that. So the power of user-centric is something, a distinct shift from Web 2.0. So we are moving from an information-centric to interactive-centric to user-owned centric in Web 3.0. And why do I'm sharing this? Because the fintech industry, the financial industry are going to leverage on this new architecture to build financial services, which will go and define the future of finance. And there are examples by which you can remove intermediaries in the between two parties transacting, hence reducing cost, improving privacy and data protection. So Web 3.0 was the focus for this year of SFF. I strongly encourage all our participants from Kenya and in broader Africa to, at least if you don't hear the content live, go back and see the content offline. And I can tell you one thing: you'll get far more enriched in this process of understanding how the future will look like with this new exciting technology called Web 3.0, where there are components of AI, 5G, machine learning, there are smart contracts as part of the new technology. On top of that, we have introduced something which I think all of you would love, is that something called Web 3.0 certification program. As you watch this SFF content, you can go and participate in this exam. It is a 90 question. You have done over 3 modules. Day 1, we talk about 30 questions around designing application on Web 3.0. Day 2 is around building application on Web 3.0. On day 3 is about sustainability, social impact of Web 3.0 in financial services. You watch the videos, there are some content out there, take the exam. The National University of Singapore and Asian Institute of Digital Finance will issue a certificate live if you cross 60%, if you answer the 60% questions properly. It comes at a very nominal price, something like $7, but you get you get a very credible certificate in the US. I do encourage all of you to participate in the program. And if you are from government services, if you're from NGO or any multilateral agency, it's free for you, but you have to pay a little money to get the certificate. But I do encourage all of you to participate. It is important for all of us to understand the basics of Web 3.0 because that's the future. That's where the world is shifting. And Kenya, being an early adopter of new technology, you are perhaps best suited to understand this before anybody, so you can take advantage of this new technology and hence push the spirit of innovation. Now, to conclude, I would like to say that Singapore and Kenya will continue to partner strongly. We have remarkable initiatives planned for next year. In the space of API exchange, we just launched a product called CheckFin, which will improve the credibility of fintechs and banks working together. I hope we can introduce to Africa this particular initiative. We are also introducing a lot of platform around green finance. I'm absolutely sure that can be also another platform where Kenya and Singapore can participate, and the broader Africa, Singapore can participate, the broader Afro-Asia can participate. Lastly, the effort around small businesses, the Business Sans Border, the Proxtera product, this is where we are bringing Africa and Asia together on a shared platform to connect small businesses. I hope that's also an opportunity for us to work together. And I'm going to conclude by saying we have great plans for Kenya next year. We have great plans for Africa next year. We will come to Africa, hopefully things get normal, and we will physically connect and have a little more bigger forum to discuss ideas, share ideas, and find opportunity to collaborate. With that optimism, and I'm absolutely sure the Afro-Asian FinTech Festival will be very meaningful to all of participants who are going to join and enjoy the rich content, and hopefully that will catalyst some of the opportunities we can create for ourselves and for our fellow citizens and fellow friends around the world. With that optimism, thanks for hearing me and best of luck. Have a great event.